So, Ramana Maharshi advises everyone who approach him, please do the Atma Vichara, like who am I? Is it suitable for all kind of upasak of any level, or is it for certain to do Atma Vichara?
There were millions of people in Bharat when Ramana Maharshi was there. Everybody didn't go to have his darshan. Only a few who wanted to have darshan, they went. So to them only Ramana Maharshi taught, you do Atma Vichara. Who are you? Think that. If Ramana Maharshi is coming to the world and speaking to the whole world, do introspection and think who are you, it is meaningless. But Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi didn't do that. Those who went to him, to them he said, who are you? That means don't be a follower of me. You introspect and find out your real nature. Then comes the next question, out of respect or as a worship or just to have some soothness within, many people may go to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. So is it good to teach them all, or is it good to tell them all to do introspection and do Atma Vichara? In that way also that question may come. The answer is, hiding from them, sitting behind a curtain, Ramana Maharshi didn't speak. He spoke sitting in front of those who asked. So they were having that nearness, their darshana. So that itself will give solace to them. And at the same time, what is the highest end you must reach? Making them aware of that. It never means in this life or in that year itself they will realize. No. He was showing this is the ultimate point where you have to reach. So that was the way he taught. We are not to sit here and say it was right or wrong. It was his way of teaching. Whereas some other teachers, great teachers, they were not speaking of the self and introspection, but just you chant the name of Ishvara, dance chanting. Because that was their way of teaching. That is why Vidyaranya Swami in his Panchadashi says, Arabdha karma nanatvat buddhanam anyadhanyadha vartanam tena shastrarthe bhramitavyam na panditaihi. Each and every realized soul, Mahatma, of course they have their own prarabdha. And prarabdha in Ramana Maharshi is different from prarabdha in Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Or prarabdha in Sri Ramakrishna is different from that in Tapovana Swami. So their way of teaching will be different. Their way of living in the world will be different. So you don't mix them up and confuse yourself regarding the teachings of Shastra. It is different. So it was the way Ramana Maharshi taught. So there is nothing wrong in that. Even if you teach the highest to a common man and he is not realizing that, he will move to that, or at least he will have a vision within, this is the highest end. So for that Ramana Maharshi taught that. Different acharyas are sitting. You can go to him, you can go to him, you can go to him. And we will take as per our capacity. So there is nothing wrong. If Ramana Maharshi, without giving darshana, if he is teaching from behind a curtain, introspect, have Atma Chintan, it is wrong. So that is the answer.
Why behind the curtain if his teaching is wrong?
That means, so he is mingling with the society, he sat with the person who asked, and the person is having direct darshan of Ramana Maharshi, that itself will elevate him. Consciousness gives us light and we give light to consciousness. Consciousness gives us light and we give light to consciousness. In that case, there is no difference between the me and the consciousness. When we say consciousness gives us light and we give light to consciousness, the way it is written is not correct, because when we say consciousness in our common life, in the world, we are meaning the consciousness which is reflected in our intellect. So the intellect is there, that is intellect with mind. Intellect-mind complex is there, and the reflection of the pure consciousness, that we are calling consciousness. So when we are saying consciousness is giving light to us, it is all right. And when we speak the vice versa, then there is no difference between me and consciousness. I am the consciousness, I am the absolute consciousness, I am the Chit. Then it is shining by its own. And the mind-intellect complex is reflecting that light. And that reflected light we are calling me. So me plus this body, mind, intellect complex is what I am calling consciousness now. So remove that. Then both are same. There is no difference. So there is no such a question as what happens to consciousness, who gives light to consciousness when Maya is not there. When Maya is not there, this superimposition is not there. It is pure consciousness. That is meant by removing that. So when that superimposition is removed, then pure consciousness alone. Shivoham. Shivoham. Chitsvarupoham. I am that ultimate consciousness.
So Jivatma will shine
as the real sense, self, real self. Is there any significance of Ekamukhi? Ekamukhi? Mukhi, etc. of Rudrakshas. There are many mukhas, faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have seen up to 13.
21 or so.
Many are there.
Heard,
Of course, there may be, but I didn't see. There was a man, I saw him, he was a Swami. He was wearing one Rudraksha in which there is Ekamukhi, Dimukhi, Trimukhi, Chadurmukhi up to 13. A big mala. So basically, how and why we are wearing Rudraksha? If as a medicinal thing, then all these mukhas are the same medicinal value they have. To adjust our negativities and all, it is used. Now as a symbol of some observances we are keeping, then also that respect or that reverence is there. Because we are taking Rudraksha as the Aksha of Rudra. Aksha is eyes. And Rudra is one who is dispelling the darkness. Rud, ignorance, Ravayati, dispelling is Rudra. So, eye means through which we are viewing the world. So that gives the real light or the embodiment of real light. With that attitude, if we are wearing, then it's all right, whichever be the face. And now they are attributing different powers to different mukhas. All right, very good. But I am not at all interested in such topics. If you are interested, you can go and buy Ekamukhi.
You bring the cost factor.
Ekamukhi. 1 lakh or 2 lakh.
But how do we know which one is the real one and it's also difficult?
So, many are fake. So, take Rudraksha as Rudraksha. And most common is 5-faced.
Swamiji, is there any Rudraksha tree in our ashrama?
Yeah.
It is there. Started coming.
Many.
Swamiji has a good collection.
Rudraksha tree in Davde? Oh.
But there is a process. Tree will produce. There is a process.
The same tree will produce different mukhis.
Oh.
And very rare is Ekamukhi. And it is considered that much auspicious, keeping in home, like that. So it is much costlier.
And why the sannyasis are wearing only Rudraksha?
Sannyasis are wearing Tulasi also. Vaishnava sannyasis are wearing Tulasi. They are also sannyasi. And sannyasi need not wear Rudraksha. There is no any rule that is connected with sannyasa diksha and the vows of sannyasis. There is no Rudraksha at all. All these are practices. Some may be wearing from their childhood, or some may be wearing from their brahmacharya period. So they are not letting it out, continuing. Or some may be wearing after they are accepting sannyasa. All right. That have no connection with the vows of sannyasa. Same is the case with bhasma also. There is no rule. For a sannyasi, there is no rule regarding all these things.
Religious people, different sects, but there must be a significance, Swami.
Significance is there, of course. But sannyas, it is not connected with sannyasa. See, all grihasthas are not wearing. Some grihasthas are wearing. In the same way, some sannyasis are wearing, some are not wearing. It is not connected with the vows of sannyasa. That's the basic principles of sannyasa. No.
So wearing bhasma significance.
The first place, it is a practice. And from our grandfathers or grandmothers, it came. And we are following. Following such traditions and practices, that is holding our dharma together. So for the sustenance of dharma, all these practices are essential. So with that view, we must perform many things. Because such performances, our children also will see that. And at a certain stage of age, they will also do that. So the dharma is sustaining. Then, as a part of my Sandhya Vandana and all, it is supposed to do. Not my, I am saying one who is wearing. Then there is the higher meanings. Gomaya is considered as the whole universe. And when it is burnt, what remains? Ashes. That is bhasma. So daily wear that. Have that attitude towards life. All these are only temporary things. All will vanish and become ashes. So don't be attached to these things, these persons, this, that. So with that idea, smear this vibhuti.
Will not come under that.
Vibhuti, no. Chandana will not come in that. Then there is another aspect. When we wear this bhasma, bhasma stands for Purusha and water for Prakriti. So when we mix this, it is a sort of Prakriti Purusha Samyoga. So the whole universe, the whole manifestations, they are the union of Prakriti and Purusha. And I am the being. I am the being who is making the whole universe exist. I am wearing this, the Prakriti and Purusha, the whole universe. That is the highest meaning. Purusha. So there are different levels of understanding. So in the initial stage, we need not think about all this. It is a practice and we must keep practice, and because of keeping this practice, our dharma is sustaining. So I had to do that without questioning.
Swamiji, please narrate that experience of yours in the airport in the States.
What?
When you were wearing bhasma. Please.
that it was from Houston.
Yeah.
So they, seeing this, they were sitting without any work. I was walking without any work because I had much time. 2 hours were there for the next plane. So seeing this bhasma, they came. What is this? Then I said, it is holy ashes. Then that officer asked, how ash can be holy? When you add Ishvara to ash, it becomes holy ash. When you add Ishvara to food, then it is prasad. Otherwise it is food. So now it is holy. You are working here as security officers. You add Ishvara to that. Then your work will become worship. So they were sitting with me for more than half an hour. From where we will get all this knowledge? You learn Vedanta. you learn Vedanta, then you will get. There are many centers of Shivananda ashram here. Many Ramakrishna ashrams are here. You go.
That question may be enough, that answer may be enough to trigger.
That is a good karma that he came to Swamiji also.
That's a very, very...
Not he. One person asked this, but hearing this explanation, 6, 7 police officers, not police, that security officers came.
Yeah, put it in the Vedanta. Yeah.
So within everybody that is there. So we have to touch that. Then it will come up.
That is the reason why in the Ayyappa they call everything Swami, you know. Can we connect that to?
Of course.
For everything.
Even to, if we want to...
In Himalayas you go, and to ashram, sannyasa ashrams you go, when they serve food, they will add ram to all. Chawal ram, sabji ram, dal ram, pani ram.
So nice. Not for everything they say Ram Ram.
When serving food, namak ram, namak ram, namak ram, namak ram. Chawal ram, chawal ram, chawal ram. So finding Rama in everything, in all aspects of life.
Like Lalita Sahasranamam, everything, all Devi is everything. Anchor is Devi, everything.
Then something, this motherhood is taking us to Jnanam, no? So this conditioning they are putting, the children are, we don't want children, something like that. They are conditioning that thing, no? It's actually, we have to, you just teach us how to this take, how to...
See that greatness of motherhood. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrurupena Samstita. The greatness of that mother and that blessing which a woman have, that we have to teach. What we can do. From generation to generation, that knowledge must be transferred. It was there. It was there. Earlier, see, there was Tirandu Kalyanam in Kerala. Almost all states, different names and different forms of the performing was there. When one attains that the age of puberty, the first menses occurs. It's a mega mela. There were, of course, many what you call wrong practices corrupted. That is another aspect. But the basic concept was great. Then all women of the village will sit with that girl and they will teach the greatness of womanhood. Now you have got that ability to procreate. This is a blessing from Goddess, Mother. And they will sing in praise of Bhagavati. So that greatness of motherhood will be inculcated quite naturally with it. Now we are not doing that. We are calling everything a superstition. There is no meaning that.
See, this motherly feeling, it is there in men also. Because they are much.
See, there is no 100% a man or 100% a woman. Biologically also there is no 100% a man.
Yeah, just because one delivers doesn't mean that mother or because there are so many instances. See,
There are mother in us, there are father in us.
Feminine aspect.
Umadana bhavati.
So,
Samji, I want to add something to that. She was asking. I have seen many ladies after giving birth to a child, even though they wanted to do so many things in their life, they are stopping everything for the child. Okay, so they are missing all those things. No? They wanted to do so many things. There will be like, I want to do these things. I have these abilities. Like man, for a lady also, all these things are there. But after giving one or two birth, like the children, they are making and they are completely into that. So they are missing all those things. No?
they are not missing, they are getting much. Because nobody is pressing them to stop other activities. Because they are having that happiness or bliss in bringing up their children. They are finding that. While breastfeeding, she is having that bliss that a man cannot have. So nobody is stopping them, especially in our social system, we are not stopping. She is relieved from many duties, many responsibilities. Why relieved? Not forced. To perform this special activity which a woman alone can do. So that greatness we have to. Of course, she is missing. We are sitting here to discuss all this. You people have many other works. You stop them for a certain period of time. And we can sit with Swami Chidanandapuri today. So for getting one, you have to get rid of some other thing. Without that, you cannot live in this world. In the middle time, we stopped this and we had some tea. So for getting that, we stop this. That's good in a way. See, so in whole life, it is there. For getting something, you have to get rid of something else.
So
That is the law of the universe.
if one lady decides that I don't want to get a child to do some other thing, it's not
She have that freedom. But in that case, she must not engage herself in the contract of marriage. She can say before. She can say before, I am not going for marriage. If she is going for marriage and after engaging herself in the contract, she says, I am not ready. It is a breach of contract. Same is the case with the man also. A man is saying, I am losing my power, my strength, so I am not going for sexual relations. It's a crime. It is his individual right as long as he is not married. But when one is engaging himself in marriage, there are some provisions in that contract. A mutual agreement is there. If you are breaching that, then marriage is gone. It is acceptable even before law. You can go for divorce. Judge will call into a private chamber, then he will ask. You can say, she is not willing or I am not willing, so we can, yes, you divorce.
I think
See,
this question
surrogate-
comes in most of the cases I have seen. both the husband and wife decide they don't want children. In that case, what?
In that case, see, personally, we cannot press anybody to have or not have children. It is purely personal affair. But at the same time, from this social perspective, from the point of view of society, dharma, and human interpersonal relations, all these things are there. Nobody can press some others to marry. You can stay without marrying. It is your right. It is your right. But when it happens, there is a mutual contract, and accordingly we have to, if both are deciding, yes, I am not going for, okay, all right, there is no chance for this discussion. But the discussion comes when one person is breaching and it is creating problems in their family.
What is the role of the parents? I think I'm relating this.
Role of the parent means not at that time. Not at that time. Putting or pouring one glass of water under a big banyan tree will not help. That we are doing always. We are making problem, and the problem will become to such a proportion that we cannot manage it, and then we will go for advice. That is bringing glass of water and pouring under a banyan tree. When it is small plant, you have to give water. It will help. So what is life? That proper advice, teachings, all these must be given at the childhood age. So there is no problem. There must be a correct vision regarding the life. What is this life? Huh?
Swamiji, a lot of these youngsters in the same context, the whole explanation they give is, I want a life for myself, I want to do this. The only
Yes.
thought is, what about me? They don't see the larger picture.
Yes. What to do? What to do? We are helpless in that. Because such, if at the early childhood itself a proper understanding of life is there, then they can decide. They can decide the course of their life. Huh? That is why I came for sannyasa. I didn't go for marriage. Because that was my vision. This is the life, I have to go. No problem. So all these are.
And
Swamiji,
small
what is your-
babies,
Hmm?
Swamiji, children, now both the wife and husband both are working. Okay, so I have seen many children suffering because of that. Nobody is going to take care of them.
No.
I have interacted with the children who's telling, I'm sad. When I was
Many are
class,
there.
I have seen 3 times one child just typed, I'm sad. He's in 3rd standard. Then I interacted with the parents. What is the problem with the child? Just talk to him. Then later, half an hour, 45 minutes, they were interacting with me. Because both of them are working, they are busy. And they don't have time.
Busy for what? For our children we are working, and they are not even seeing their children. So up to a certain age, one must act as father and one must act as mother. It can be man, it can be woman. But that motherly care a child must get. At least up to 4 or 5 years of age. Then you work. Otherwise the suffering is too much. Suffering is too much.
Swamiji, about surrogation, what's your opinion? Because it is a sort of outsourcing. Even the parenting. To be very frank, that's what I. Yeah.
When it is essential, yes.
But
When it is essential,
when it is essential, see, one lady came, this is also, and she doesn't want to lose her
beauty,
Ah.
shape. So she doesn't want to become pregnant. So she wants to.
Immediately returning from the doctor's office or hospital, when accident happens, where goes her beauty?
That's it.
Ah. So, one, ah, ah?
We can't tell that to them. So
You cannot tell, but that is the reality. But that is the reality. That is, I am saying, I will teach you this evening. I am going to give a discourse, and you come and attend. Next hour, balance goes. You are not remembering anything. No Shastra, nothing. What will be the discourse? Nothing. So this always we must accept. But when it is essential, we must allow that.
Yes, that is
Because
very-
according to Shastras also, it is
Shastras
seen.
also, that
It is seen. It is there.
Because even Hanuman was
Hanuman, not Hanuman. Vyasa,
the surrogation.
yeah, his birth.
Birth.
That is there. The reverse also.
Ah,
Not only the womb, the semen also.
yeah, that's also artificial
Ah.
insemination.
Artificial, not only artificial.
Vyasa.
Vyasa, then Pandavas,
Yeah.
all are there. So all these are for the sustenance of our society.
That is the ultimate.
Sustenance of society is essential. Dharma is, protection of dharma is essential.
some Swamijis are teaching third eye opening and all, Swamiji. Is it?
I am happy with the two eyes.
No, one doctor believes and he's telling that he found out the heart problem with his third eye.
Very good. That's very good. All these scannings, all these are third eyes. I don't know. All these things are. See, if you go for all these, of course, let them move in that direction. But if we are going, a bundle of superstitions will come along with
How
this.
is it possible? I was thinking. I think
And how it is possible means how doctor believing in such foolishness happening, or
so, or how the Swamiji did it.
Swamiji did.
He
Swami
opened
have
his
that.
third eye, he said.
Swami have that third eye.
Swami opened the doctor's third eye.
Third eye.
Third eye. Very good.
He paid 7 lakhs for the course.
7 lakhs.
Now we know.
Very good.
How do you know how the eye opens?
That very good.
Yes, third eye would have really opened.
Really, sir.
Now he can go for that, stopping his medical practice and opening third eyes for many people.
But this Nadi Chikitsa and all, no, there is.
Chikitsa, it is something else. Chikitsa is not to be connected with this. See, Chikitsa is different because it is having a Shastra background. It is scientific, most scientific. Chikitsa is scientific. Don't say that allopathy system alone is scientific. No. All these systems are scientific, and then they have valid means for getting knowledge, pramana. And after getting that knowledge from their pramana, they are doing. All these are there.
So, Swamiji, in the spiritual study, where is the place for this Kundalini power?
Yeah. Let it be there. There are many ways. You see, you are driving through a road where there are different lines are there or lanes are there. One lane is supposed to drive in 40 kilometers, one is for 60 and one is for 100 and above. if you are driving through this lane, you must keep that norm. If you are minimizing your speed, you must put the indicator and come to the next lane. Driving your vehicle at a pace of 60 kilometers per hour in the 100 kilometer, it won't do. In the same way, each and every sadhaka, they are moving in their path. All paths are good. All paths are good. So, for a sadhaka who is moving in the way of Vedanta, Atma Vichara, he need not go for Kundalini and all. But don't criticize them. One who is going in that way, always they will concerned about that. That is good. That is not a wrong path. So, don't mix all these things together. One who is moving in that direction, he will reach the same goal where you are reaching. See, different sampradayas are there. I am saying I am following the teaching of Shankaracharya and Advaita. And the other Swami, he may be following Dvaita Sampradaya. So, in the path, there is differences. I must not criticize him, he must not criticize me. And I must not accept the teachings of this darshana with reference to that. And he must not teach his darshana with reference to this. But at the same time, ultimate goal is one and the same. So, respect each other. Whichever be the sampradaya, respect each other. And go forward through your path. Don't go for this and that. So, dharma. So, that is good.
But is it a scientific technique, this Kundalini power evocation? Is it only for the body and prana?
See, when the tree is growing, I need not go and verify whether the root is going down. If the tree is growing, root is going down. Without its growth, tree won't grow. So, it is quite natural. One who analyzes that root, let him go and see the growth every day. I am not going for that. I am happy here. You got the answer?
Absolutely, I got it.
So, those who are analyzing Kundalini and all, let them analyze. There is nothing wrong in that. But we are not going for that. All these chakras and all, or ascending from one chakra to the other. Very good. Then you may see Swami Chidanandapuri speaking in that way. When we sit with such sadhakas, so don't say, this man,
So in our journey to Brahma Vidya, it is beyond the mind, but we have to use the cognition of the mind to, I can use the word, get it.
of course.
So, will we have any awareness of we have got it? And does that happen only by my sadhana? I know that it doesn't happen only by my sadhana. It has to have the grace of Bhagavan. So, can you just
Manasai Vedam Aptavyam. Manasai Vedam Aptavyam. this knowledge or this realization is to be attained through the mind, manasa, through the mind, or by the mind. There is no other instrument. There Bhagavan Bhashyakara specifically writes, Acharya Agama Samskridena Manasa. It is not your earlier mind. It is Samskrita. That is, Samskrita means all impurities removed. How? Through the study of Shastras, through hearing from an Acharya and all. That means all sadhanas. Such a purified mind alone will make you understand that. And see, when the inner questions are gone, and we have that inner happiness, equanimity, inner bliss and calmness, it is our own experience. We need not ask to somebody else, is there happiness within me? Is there calmness within me? Am I getting real bliss? We need not ask to anybody else, because it is our own experience. When that experience comes, there is no more doubt. So that is the case with sadhana.
Only one question.
Ah.
With respect to this memory, memory we say it is in the Sukshma Sharira. But at the same time, I read something that every cell in the Sthula Sharira also has a memory through which the hunger and other things are. So,
Where you are locating the Sukshma Sharira? Sukshma Sharira, it is spread all over the body, and it is even in one organic cell, there is Sukshma Sharira. You take one organic cell, Sthula Sharira is there, Sukshma Sharira is there. Even pranas. See, if there is no prana in one organic cell, will not survive. So, Vyana is giving that prana shakti to each and every organic cell in this body. It is there. I think now we can.
Yeah.
Swamiji,
Ah.
one last.
Last, not last. Not last. We have to sit many times more.
Hanuman qualities. Where do we get to read this? From which?
Ramayana.
No, I thought there's any separate.
No.
Swamiji, let us chant Swarupanusandhana Ashtakam and stop it.
Yes. Who will chant?
Yeah.
All of us.
All
All of us
together.
together.
Right.
Swarupanusandhana Ashtakam, written by Bhagavad Pada.
Oh